Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. Several personalities are being linked to an alleged honey trap plot against Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Among them, lawyers from the Rondain and Mendiola law firm who have been subpoenaed by the NBI. What role, if any, did the lawyers play? And what do they know about the supposed plot? Let's get on point with the law firm's founding partners, Attorney Ruy Rondain and Attorney Orly Mendiola. Attorney Ruy, Attorney Orly, good to have you. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir. All right, the four lawyers connected to your law firm, Rondain Mendiola law firm, were subpoenaed by the NBI, and three of them showed up last Monday, including yourself, Attorney Orly.
Actually, four.
Four.
Because there was a fourth, there was another associate who was subpoenaed, a lady lawyer, and she also attended last Monday.
So there were five that was subpoenaed.
Yes.
Attorney Ruy, you weren't able to make it.
I did not.
Why
make
not?
it. Floods. I left my house early enough, but I didn't get more than 1 kilometer from my home. And when I turned back, it took me another 1.5 hours, 3 hours to get from 1 kilometer and back.
Yeah. Would that be a problem, or would you be subpoenaed again? Would they call you?
Well, I volunteered to talk to them on video, by video con, and Orly asked them if they wanted to. They said no need. So.
Attorney Orly, what happened during the meeting?
Basically, we clarified everything that has happened. We've been seeing reports that there were 3 meetings. We clarified that there were 2 meetings, July 15 and 26. And basically, we told them what happened.
Can you tell us what you told them, what happened?
What I
or
can
even
say-
what you did
Let me
not
go
tell
first.
them?
Okay.
Let me go first.
Yes, Attorney Ruy, go ahead.
Chronological.
Sige po.
Si Jing Paras was a classmate in UP Law, class 85. So I've known the guy since 1981, 45 years. And all these years, we keep in touch. Classmates in UP Law keep in touch. And he always calls me. And as far as this incident is concerned, I recall that he called me in maybe May, or maybe late April, May, June. I'm not sure, because he calls me often enough. And he told me that he wanted us to handle this thing about these women who had testimony against a senior official of the government. And I said, not my thing. And in fact, I was just telling Orly that I don't want to take on any more cases until year end, because my plate is full. And ang kulit, he kept on calling me and calling me and calling me. Finally, I said, well, let me talk to Orly. Let me ask him if he's willing to talk to them. So I asked Orly. After a couple of hours, I called Jing back, and Orly is willing to do it. And then we kept in touch. He was making me kulit again. Kailan? Tomorrow, day after. And I said, after a few days, you know, we're having drinks in this place, our watering hole, on July 15. Was it?
Yes.
And I said, we're having drinks there after office hours, and you can bring them there. We were there, pursuant to our schedule, and they arrived eventually. And the first thing I said was...
Who were they?
Jing Paras and this Ken.
Alias Ken and alias Jen.
We don't know about alias Jen, no, but there were 4 women.
I see.
Who gave the
That
names.
July 15 meeting, there were 4 women.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay.
So first thing I said was, I'm not here. I didn't even introduce myself as a lawyer. I'm not here. Don't mind me. I'm just here for the free food. And then I let Orly take over.
So was that the first time you, the ex-Congressman Jing Paras, actually really met in person?
Me? No,
Yes,
no,
Attorney
no.
Orly.
I'm 1 year below them, so I know him.
No, I meant, let me clarify, met in person regarding this particular incident.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Because
the
sabi
first
po ni Attorney Ruy, siya yung tinatanong, and
Yes.
sabi niya, my plate is full, what about Attorney Orly? He asked you, and basically said, kailan tayo magkikita? Yun po yung una niyong meeting
That
yung
is
July
correct.
15.
That is correct.
Got it, okay.
So basically, just to clarify also, the task, as I understood it, was just to interview and give my assessment on whether or not credible or, are they telling the truth, if believable. Basically, that's it. We weren't tasked to represent them or anything in any case at that point in time.
Okay. And when you spoke to them, were you part of it, speaking to the 4 women and
No,
alias Ken?
no. I was
Hindi po
just
kayo
there.
sumali doon?
No.
All right.
He was just there. he was present, but I was the one who took over, conducted the interview, asked for clarificatory questions.
But I could hear.
Yeah.
And during the initial part, the ladies were asking if what would be their liability, possible liability on their transactions, past transactions. And I gave my opinion. And so, because of that exchange, I can no longer reveal the specifics of what happened after that.
You were there basically because Kong Jing Paras wanted to find out from you if they were believable and credible.
Yes.
That's what you said earlier.
Yes.
Why would he want to find out if they're believable and credible if they're telling the truth? If
Well, my understanding is that he, as he explained, I saw him talk in another talk show. He was saying that he wanted to, if it's true, then he wanted to expose. That's what he said.
And were they believable and credible?
My only basis is what the ladies told me. There is no other contrary information that I got. So, yes, they were believable.
All right. So, nagkwento po sila. Attorney Ruy was also there, just listening. You weren't participating. Nakikinig lang po kayo. And so, after that July 15 meeting, how did that end?
I was just listening to them. I was taking mental notes. I wasn't taking down anything. They just gave us their screen names. We didn't know, we didn't get their real names. We knew that they were they were actresses. So there were a lot of details that were left out. We stayed there for about almost 2 hours, but there were 4 of them, and I was interviewing all 4. We weren't able to finish. They had
to go
somewhere else to go.
They or you?
They.
Okay.
No, we stayed.
No, we stayed.
Oh, okay.
And then
Naiwan pa po kayo
we continued with our plans of drinking in the
drink.
place. Yes.
And dinner.
Yes. With Kong Jing.
I see. So, naiwan po kayo.
Yes. All 3 of us.
And just to clarify again, Attorney Arlie, you believed the 4. You believed in their integrity, in their credibility of at least this particular story.
Yes. My basis for saying that is that because I haven't heard any contrary information. So, on the basis of what they're saying, I believe them. But then again, there are a lot of details that I had to complete. That's the reason why we reset.
Okay. And you reset on
To
July
July
26.
26. Yes.
Attorney Ruy, you were there also.
Yes.
Yes, because that's the video that already circulated online. Di
Oh,
po ba?
yes.
The CCTV in that bar was July 26, but there was only the 2 of you, ex-Congressman Jing Paras, alias Ken, and another woman.
No.
Hindi ho ba? Okay.
There were the 2 of us,
Jing.
the 2 young lawyers from our office, Jing, Ken. I don't know who Jen is, alias Jen. But there was one of the 4 that we talked to last July 15. The 3 didn't
Didn't
attend.
show up.
Yes. And then there's a new girl.
I see. So there were 2 women.
Yes.
I see. And one woman you didn't speak to during the July
That's
15
correct.
meeting, and the other one showed up. She was part of the July 15 meeting. What
Yes.
happened there, sir? Attorney Ruy, were you participating there as well?
No, neither. I didn't want to be there, but Jing said, Sunday naman, you might as well go. Okay, I'll go.
That was a Sunday, July
Sunday
26. So what happened was, again, my task is just to evaluate, interview, etc. Then, alias Ken started asking for money. So I looked at Kong Jing. You handle this. This is not my task. And so I just heard Jing say there was no agreement. This is for the country. All those things. So when Ken realized that we weren't going, or none of us were going to give him any money, he just called it off. So
He called it off.
yes, he told the girls, because the girls were also expecting. So the girls, they didn't want to continue with the interview. The new girl didn't even want to start.
Did you find it odd that there was a new girl and only one of the original 4 girls showed up during the July 26 meeting?
We were told that the 3 girls didn't attend anymore because there was no money.
But they were
According to Ken.
asking, yeah, but they were
According to
asking
Ken.
for money at that time, and then you were saying that was the only time they found out that walang pera, kaya they called it off.
My understanding is that they were asking Ken, where's our money? And then Ken said, no, nothing, no money was given. So they didn't attend the July 26 anymore.
Is it safe to assume to both gentlemen that during the first meeting they were assured that there would be money
Not
involved?
by us.
Not by you.
No, we didn't hear anything about money.
And we
either.
didn't talk about consideration.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about payment. As far as we were concerned, they were just there to tell us the story. So we didn't talk about
So
it.
did they tell you the story, or was it called off because there was no money involved? Did they tell you additional?
The first time it wasn't finished. It wasn't
Yes.
complete. So they weren't there on the 26th. They didn't finish.
But
we
one
didn't
was
get
there.
She didn't continue.
So nung nalaman nila, sir, na walang pera, attorney, hindi na po sila nagsalita.
No, no more.
Even the original girl from the July 15
Yes.
meeting.
Yeah. No
Especially the new girl. I think the new girl is the new girl alias Jen?
No.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh, we don't know. We don't know. She goes by the nickname Julia.
So that must have been a very quick meeting.
Oh yeah, about 30 minutes.
Maybe
about 30
45.
minutes, 45.
45 minutes, humingi ho sila ng pera, tapos kinall off, umabot pa po ng 45 minutes yung meeting.
There were mga preliminaries pa eh. Galing ako ng Cebu, you called me here. I had so many expenses.
Sabi ni
all those
alias
things.
Ken.
Yes.
And then, so they were just going to do this supposedly with no money involved. Would that be would that
We didn't
illogical
want to
in
go
a
into the details. Eh.
Okay.
We were just doing Kong Jing a favor, really.
Were you, both gentlemen, because even if you were just listening, Attorney Ruy, were you, how steadfast were you guys in continuing on, even without this claim that they stopped because there was no money involved, considering that they were implicating the executive secretary?
To us, until you sign an affidavit, this goes for all witnesses, all prospective witnesses. It's protocol that you reduce it to an affidavit, you sign it, and it's notarized. Until that's done, it's not sealed, you're not a witness. So we were not steadfast because we didn't want to be there, Pinky. Si Jing really just didn't force me, didn't twist my arm, pero he used that classmate card. Sige na classmate, do this for me. And we said, okay, I'm going to ask Orly. So we had no skin in the game eh. Pinakiusapan lang kami. In fact, I felt bad na they were intruding on our quiet time eh. So we're not steadfast about pursuing
But
it.
what exactly was your role apart from listening to them? You're lawyers, so at some point, would it be correct to say you would be drafting the affidavit? I mean,
Yes.
that's why we got lawyers.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
kayo po ang gagawa sana ng affidavit?
Sure.
Okay.
Remember I was saying that I just took mental notes lang
Yeah.
and then I reduced it into writing na. So I was ready with whatever I have, although incomplete. So I brought along the 2 young lawyers to help me out. But we
But
were not able to finish.
You did not have an affidavit, just for clarification, gentlemen.
no,
That July 26 was there already affidavit?
No.
An available
no
affidavit?
time to
Nothing.
represent.
Not a page.
No.
All right, we're going to take a very short break. We'll continue our discussion with Attorney Ruy Rondain and Attorney Orly Mendiola when we return. Stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. Still with us, Attorney Ruy Rondain and Attorney Orly Mendiola, founding partners of the Rondain and Mendiola law firm. So, to clarify, you were ready to execute, tama ho ba, the affidavit, to make the affidavit.
To make it, yes. To finish it.
To finish it, rather.
Yes.
Kaya lang nag-back out sila.
Yes, they weren't
Okay.
there.
If you were to do the affidavit, and then sabi nyo nga, they will only be witnesses once it's signed, as you
Yes.
mentioned a while ago,
Yes.
Attorney Ruy.
They have to commit to the story.
Okay. What would your law firm's participation be thereafter?
Nothing. We'll give it to Jing. Bahala ka na because we were asked to evaluate lang eh. Oh, here are the affidavits. They're ready to testify. They're ready to go on oath and they're ready to testify. Up to you. We made it very clear. I made it very clear to Jing, we will not handle this case. Not our thing. And again, my plate is full.
What about Attorney Orly?
Same thing. I just accommodated the request.
Did it for me.
Why would you help in the formulation of the affidavit and not lawyer for the particular individuals?
So we do that all the time.
I see.
We do that all the time for friends, relatives, execute affidavits. That's what lawyers do without committing to handle the case.
Sometimes you just give an advice on whether or not it's possible, if there's a cause of action. And if we say, yes, there's a cause of action, this is what you can do. Then you decide.
Were you ever retained by Congressman Leviste, Congressman Paras, or did anyone ever pay you for that initial July 15, July 26 meeting?
No. In fact, the video on the July 26 would even show that I was handing out some money. For gasoline money. Because they were asking. You made us come here. I said, just to finish the story.
But who kayong
That's it.
nag-abono?
Why not Kong Jing,
Yes,
di ba?
yes.
Because I was the one talking to them. They were...
Pero siya na po ang nakiusap naman sa inyo.
I'm used to, just...
It happens.
Yeah?
It happens.
Honorarium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying, it's not like Congressman Jing Paras wouldn't have had the money to, distribute. Nakiusap na po siya sa inyo, ginawa niyo na po, sabi niyo wala kayong bayad, kayo pa po naglabas ng pera.
This is just for gas, man.
Yeah.
Nothing substantial.
All right. There's two different accounts now. Let's talk about that. Obviously, NBI, alias Ken, alias Jen, are basically saying that it was a plot, it was a honey trap plot to ruin the credibility of Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. On the other hand, what you were saying is that, of course, you couldn't give me details, right? But the lawyer of ex-Kong Jing Paras was saying, hindi yun ang nangyari. May nangyari in the past at sila ang nag-offer na mag-execute sila ng affidavit as to what was supposed to have happened in the past. Attorneys, for us, me talking to you, for those listening to us, if there are two different accounts and two different angles here, how do you prove that you are the ones telling the truth?
Well,
because they have an affidavit. Di ba? They have a alias Ken affidavit and alias Jen affidavit.
we don't know.
Well, what I learned is that alias Ken has an original affidavit and a supplemental affidavit. Alias Jen, I was informed, only made a statement before an interview given to some news
Outlet,
show.
yeah.
Yes. There is nothing in writing.
So there's no affidavit of alias Jen?
That's what I was told during the investigation.
But you still have an affidavit of alias Ken?
No.
And I'm sorry, there is supposed to be an affidavit of alias Ken.
No. We just interviewed the four ladies. Not Ken.
Meron po siyang sinabmit sa NBI.
Yes.
Yun po ang sinasabi ko.
I read about it.
So, yun nga po, two different accounts, two different stories, contradicting stories. So, how do you prove your point na kayo po nagsasabi ng totoo versus someone who already executed an affidavit basically saying, kayo pa nga yung tumulong para gumawa ng affidavit na fabricated, allegedly?
We were shown alias Ken's affidavit. There is no inconsistency. He's not saying that there is a prepared affidavit that we brought there for their signature. He's saying we met on July 15, July 26, and nothing came out of it. So there's no inconsistency, really.
Okay.
That's what I understand. Because I saw
I didn't read
the affidavits. He wasn't there because of the flood. So the NBI agents were good enough to show us, but not for us to have copies.
But I think also that was what Congressman Jing Paras wanted. He wanted copies of the accusations or allegations against him. And I'm not sure personally if he was given all the documents that they wanted to see. The same with you guys.
The NBI will not give copies, but they showed us. I think the same was
even the
done,
supplemental affidavit,
yes.
Attorney Orly. Okay.
They even showed it also to Congressman Jing's lawyer, Attorney
Mark
Tolentino.
All right.
Let me address.
Please.
Let me address your question on who to believe. No, when there are two conflicting accounts, a judge or a court will look at the credibility of the witnesses, whether they're believable. Okay. Now, we have to say that we have no skin in this game. But we go to the polls every 3 years to vote for our locals and to vote for our nationals. And then after that, after election day, we go back to work. And whether or not our candidates won, we say, good luck, we'll support you, especially the president. No? Because the president's success is the country's success. His failure is our failure. So the practice of law is not economy-proof. When the economy is bad, our business is bad. So we don't play Game of Thrones like Ken is making it appear. We don't care. Well,
But you cared enough to listen to him.
because we were requested, and we don't judge
Yeah.
people for what they do. The true character of the person didn't come out. The persons didn't come out until much later, much to our regret. But otherwise, we don't deal with this kind of people. And who do you believe? We have nothing to gain from this. We didn't get paid. We had no skin in this political game. We don't play that game. And you have someone who gets caught red-handed and for a non-bailable offense, who will say anything to save his skin? Who do you want to believe? Up to you.
I guess what I'm trying to focus on is that it's either it's an alleged smear campaign against the executive secretary, or it was a voluntary testimony. Kasi nga there are two conflicting stories and two different angles here. How did Congressman Leviste come into play, at least with your two meetings in the bar in Quezon City?
He did not.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't
there.
His name, how was his name even
Wala.
mentioned? Was his name mentioned, rather? Let me rephrase
We
that.
never mentioned his name because he was never part of this.
Did Congressman Jing Paras mention his name?
I don't think
remember
so.
hearing it.
I don't think so.
Did alias Ken mention his name?
Don't
No,
remember.
I don't.
remember.
I don't know of any instance in the two meetings that we had that alias Ken mentioned the name of the congressman.
So never po lumabas yung pangalan ni Congressman Leviste doon?
I
in the
didn't
two
even
meetings?
introduce myself as a lawyer. I didn't even give them my name. It was very rude, but I didn't give them my name. Why would I represent that? We represent Congressman Leviste. It doesn't make sense, Pinky.
Okay, but I'll have to follow up on that. But your daughter is representing him now.
The firm is, yes.
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 So if you just said, why would I represent him, your firm is now
Oh,
representing
no.
him.
Why would I represent to them that we
represent to them. All right.
Yes. Because that's what they're making it appear, diba? They said that we said that we're lawyers for Representative Leviste, that we were going to front the money. Huh. You know why we never pay witnesses? Because a witness who will accept money to testify will accept more money to recant. Diba?
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we never pay witnesses.
So what's next for, are you going to be called again? Do you know what's going to happen next?
I just read that the NBI will come out with their report, and so if they can either leave it as is or file whatever cases. I
Could
heard
you
that
guys
they're-
be charged
Can't
as
imagine with
lawyers?
Yeah,
Because
we-
when I spoke to the NBI chief, I asked that question, if the lawyers could be charged. And in so many words, he said, charges could be for encouraging false accusations,
No such crime.
perjury.
No such crime. That is a crime, but nothing was signed.
Code of professional responsibility.
Pwede.
Yan,
And
that's
accountability.
the one. But that's not a crime also because that's a complaint that can be filed with the IBP.
Yeah.
We'll just have to defend ourselves.
He's got to prove it.
Are you very optimistic that
We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So they can file whatever, We didn't do anything wrong.
I wish we had more time, but we're going to have to leave it at that. Attorney Ruy, thank you so much for your time.
Always happy to see you.
Attorney Orly, good to meet you. Maraming salamat. din po.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Rondain and Mendiola Law Firm,
Thank
founding
you.
partners, Attorney Ruy Rondain and Attorney Orly Mendiola. Thank you. That's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.